We finally got the Injora IR40 kit for the SCX24 and it was worth the wait. We've had this in the TRX 4M setup for a while, which we've built out significantly here, but I'm super pumped to get this for the SCX24. This is an affordable and fun way to transform the look of your SCX24. It's super simple to build and the outcome looks great. In this video, I'm going to do a complete spare parts build from the ground up, built around the Injora Universal LCG chassis kit for the SCX24, which is not mandatory for this kit. It will work with stock rails, and if you're a savvy builder, I'm sure you can get it on other chassis as well. But let's dive into this. I'm gonna show you guys how to assemble the chassis kit to build it on, as well as the IR40 setup itself, and then we're gonna go have some fun with it. All right, let's build this thing. So the first step is going to be assembling the Injora Universal LCG chassis kit. You can use stock rails on this if you want. If you are using stock rails, you can skip this step. I'll put timestamps in the below as always, but I had this chassis kit, so let's use this. First step, I'm going to put the skid plate on here. I have a 3D printed reversible skid, but at this point you are going to need to determine which way you're going to face your motor. I'm going to do the traditional rear facing because I'm going to do a brushed motor in this. So we're doing the Injora rails. We've got the sliders that it comes with, kind of your electronics tray that we're gonna put this together. Actually, I should check, make sure that this body doesn't come with its own sliders. I'm gonna take the risk and go for it. The rear parts of the chassis are not assembled yet. As you can see, we got the rear shock towers and things here that are gonna bolt on after the fact, like that, I believe. So these pieces that are fixed are your front. Right, there we go. So when you assemble this, make sure that you've got your sliders are positioned so they're elevated, not down here by the skid. So make them elevated to give you some more clearance, get this nice and snug with the chassis. Now we're gonna put the rear shock towers on. When you're putting this together, make sure you got your frame rails here. You've got the recessed holes here for your screws. That indicates which side the rails go on. So now we're gonna do our shock towers. So the shock tower is attached using these little metal brackets here. They're gonna go in the back. The longer part of the shock tower piece is gonna go towards the rear. And we're just gonna attach these just like this. That was a snug fit. I had to work that a little bit to get these to butt up against each other nice and smooth. That's what the pictures show. That was tight. Okay, there's one side. We're going to repeat that on the other. Okay, with the shock towers installed, now we can get to the next step. One thing to note here, so we've got these long brackets here with multiple positions for these shock towers. So if you want to slide these back, you can. So if you want a longer wheelbase, it gives you the option to do that. So we're gonna start fitting in our electronics trays here. So this larger one's gonna go in the front. Some of this might move around when we get into the IR40 body, but we'll put it together as the diagram says for now, and we can adjust it later. It has your battery tray in the back here. We probably won't use that, we'll probably put it in the front, but this also has adjustability with these mounting positions here. So you've got this open spot for your screws, so you can slide this back and forth, again, to position it with whatever body and things that you have. I'm just gonna put this in a neutral position now because we might not even need it. Okay, last step for this, we're gonna put a cross brace in the back here. This will apply this one single aluminum cross brace. This is gonna go in that third hole in here. We're gonna leave these last two open for body mounts. Just like that. I lied, that wasn't the last step, that was the last step in the rear. We're gonna move up front now. I'm gonna do the body mounts, which they supply magnets for a magnet mounting option. This is also gonna double as our chassis brace up front. Cool, there we go. There's the LCG chassis kit. There's our platform to build upon. Now we're gonna get into the IR40 body itself and we'll put all this together. Let me show you what I'm working with for supporting components here. So for axles on this, we're gonna use the Injora Planet axles. These are a nice heavy duty extended axle option for the SCX24. We got these double jointed axle shafts that are gonna give us that nice 52-degree steering angle. Plus we got the brass knuckles pre-installed. Did the chassis. Here's the IR40. We're gonna open that in just a sec for wheels and tires. We're gonna use these Little Guy Racing Parts 1552 wheels wrapped in these new Hamrock tires from Injora. These are a 57 millimeter scale looking, nice soft and sticky tire there. It's gonna look good. For shocks, we're using the Injora 39 millimeter oil-filled shocks. I like these a lot. They aren't the big bore shocks that I've been using lately, but these are a really nice, well-performing shock. I got stainless steel linkage. I believe these are Maz Designs C10 links. It is worth noting that this is made specifically for the C10 Bronco JLU base camp wheelbase. So that's what we're gonna be doing here. Steering servo, I'm using the Mofo RC Black Label Light. Mofo RC Neo Beast 50 sized brushed motor. I'm using the Injora MB100 brushed ESC. I'm gonna pair that up with my Radiolink radio, and I've got just a metal gear transmission from Injora as well. That should complete the build here. I'm gonna start putting this all together, but first let's open up the IR40 and check this thing out. We'll build this out and then we'll assemble all this. I'm excited for this. I've been waiting a long time for the IR40 for the SCX24. I'm glad to have all the supporting components done, ready to go. Now we can get into the fun stuff here. Oh, great looking cab. I got the blue with the white. I love that look on this FJ style body. So look at that. So sharp looking, bright, vibrant colors on this hard body here. Got windows in there. Part of me wants to take those out and tint them. I might do that. But nonetheless, here's our hard body cab here. We got our nylon components here for the rear of the cage. We got lights, some body mounts, and some grills in here, and our hardware also. Cool. Looks like a fairly simple installation. I think what I will do, I think I'm gonna clear it. I think I'm gonna tint those windows real fast. And while that's drying, I will assemble the rest. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let's scratch the tinting of the windows because I pushed these in too far before I had the notion of taking them out. And now they're in there until the end of time because they are impossible to remove, at least on this one. So we're gonna proceed with clear windows reluctantly. Step number one, we're gonna put the grill on. Two pieces to the grill here. Looks like we got a back piece here that's gonna hold our lights. The instructions say to do that now, so we're gonna do the, see the grill right there. That just kind of slides in, and then the piece that holds the lights, I'm gonna go in after. Step number two is to put in the windows. Ours were already pretty much there and I finished that off. Now we're just gonna put the two supporting screws in there to keep them in there. Be real mindful of the size of your bolts here, especially when you're doing these with the bodies. They're M1.4 by 4. If you get too long of a bolt, you'll poke up through the front or the top and get nasty white spots here. So be mindful of the instructions here. Short screws here. That's it for the cab for these initial steps. Now we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna build the rear cage here. Okay, when assembling this, you can see this plate here that has these kind of protruding rectangular pieces here. These are gonna go towards the cab. And these flat pieces here where our cage components are going to mount up. The cage components on the lower part of the cage here, this part that has this kind of peninsula is gonna go on the bottom. So this is our driver's side, this is our passenger side. With the sides on, now we're gonna do the top of the cage as well. Let's go right there. One thing that would be nice, Injora, if you're watching this, black hardware, I think would be nice for this, especially with the cage here. Assemble this rear bumper piece here. So it looks like this kind of indented section goes on the bottom. So we have our upper mounts here for the cage. All right, there's our rear nylon cage here. Super simple to build, nice and tough too. Now we're gonna bolt up the rear cage to the cab here. So we have two different size bolts. We've got longer bolts that are gonna go through the plastic piece of the cage there, and then shorter bolts are gonna be in the corners of the cab here. We are gonna need these little pieces here. So we got these plastic pieces that come with the kit. These are gonna go on the cab. This is what those screws are going to thread into. It looks like the squared off piece goes towards the top. So that's exactly right, because you can see that squared off piece actually helps to hold the windows in place. There we go. Look at that. That went together super slick. Looks great here. Nice and solid. These kits are great. Super beginner friendly. Great way to build out your SCX24 with this nice looking hard body here. Quick and easy. So now we're going to put the bumpers on. And look, so this is our hinge mount. This is our kind of stubby front bumper here. So this is actually going to go on our chassis. All right, bumper installed on the chassis, rear hinge mount. So you can see how this is going to work. That's going to go right in there, just like that. I am going to have to put different sliders on here. The kit does come with its own plastic sliders. We're going to take these metal ones off that came with the LCG chassis, no big deal. And then we'll figure out our body mounts. All right, got the sliders installed on there. You see the long piece goes towards the front so that they're pinched in the front a little bit to fit the cab. Should still give us access to our linkage placement. It looks like our upper links there, no problem. Now if we put this on, I'm still off here. What's going on with this? It's a clever Injora here. We've got two positions on your sliders to mount. I'm guessing one is for stock, one is for the LCG chassis kit here. So I just had to move that mounting point up to the top, which brings that slider down. So now we fit perfect on there, just like that. So that is pretty much the end of the instructions from Injora. We got some scale details to put on here. We got some mirrors. I'll do that right now. Well, the rest is going to be putting the magnet mounts on the body. I'm going to start installing the motor, transmission, and the ancillary components. So the next time you see this, it will be fully built and functional. All right, guys, check it out. Fully functional, all built. Here we are. This thing came out great. I love how it looks, the blue and the white with the Little Guy Racing Parts white wheels. Got those planted axles on there. Super sharp looking build. Those Hamrock tires are a great fit on here too. Glad I went with the smaller tire. Had to do very minimal adjustment once I got it all on there. Got plenty of options for shock towers and things with this Injora chassis, so got it tuned pretty quickly. Underneath here, you can see I got the electronics, everything all sorted out. The MB100 here in the back where the battery would normally go. My little receiver right there. I'm gonna be running my batteries up front here to help with the forward weight bias. The wires in the back with this approach are a little unsightly. I tried to tie them down to the frame to get them out of the way. But you still see them kind of hanging out there, which is a bit of a bummer, but not a huge deal to me. Let's check it out in action, see how it goes. There we go. Check out the slow crawl on that with that brushed motor setup. Like that. Just a little bit of rub in there at full lock with those axles. That's the reason why I wanted to run smaller tires. I think this should be okay. Overall, nice setup here. I'm excited to run it. It's a little wet and swampy outside, but it is warm and the snow is gone. So I'll probably take it out just in the backyard to have some fun with it and see it in action, but pretty cool for a quick first pass on this. We'll tune it and tinker it a little more as we get going. But I'm happy with it as it is right now. Fun little project here. All right, let's see how it drives. So I did end up putting the lights in. They went in okay. I had to super glue the front ones in because they wouldn't stay in the pods. I had to do my wire management a little better, but glad I put them in. The tail lights on there too. Running this on 3S out here. I think this is my preferred setup. 3S on the MB100. And a good brushed motor is a great combo. Such good slow crawl and control out of it. This mofo motor's feeling awesome. Whole thing works really good. That color combo, the white and the blue, just what I was looking for. with this kit. I love that color. And the white wheels really set it off too. Tires looking good and they feel like they hook up pretty well. I don't get a chance to really test them too hard out here because it's not that extreme. I'm just in the backyard, but I'm looking forward to trying this a little bit more at our crawling spot later this weekend. But I wanted to get this out to you guys quickly. Oh, I'm gonna save it. Ah, nice. Those tires are trying, that's for sure. It's super greasy out here too. Nice, that was good. I'm hung up on the belly there. I'm gonna get out. Yes, nice. I'm pumped with this kit. This whole thing came out exactly like I was hoping. Good brake over there. Whoa, I thought I was gonna make it. Nice, those tires are hooking up really well. Definitely considering the conditions out here. All right, cool. I'm excited to get this out to some more aggressive spots, but really happy with the first pass with it. Really easy to build. This was a full parts build. Total scratch build here. It went together really well. But you could easily attach this to an SCX24. Goes right on the stock rails, no problem. Oh, nice. Oh, pushing through there, awesome. Man, this thing's fun. I'm gonna have a blast with this. I'm gonna keep driving it out here in the backyard for a little bit. It's a little chilly today, but this is super fun. Great shakedown run. This was a great project. I will see you guys back at the bench momentarily to wrap this up. Super pumped with how the IR40 build came out. This was a fun project. I did this in one Saturday afternoon, probably a couple hours start to finish from the ground up, and the results are great. I'm really happy with how this came out. This kit looks great on this truck. Super affordable, simple to build, great way to transform the looks of your SCX24 from stock, or if you're gonna do a parts build like I did, this is a great option. And now we've got two from Injora. We can do the IR60 or the IR40. This is also available in a bunch of different colors from Injora. I will link this down in the description below if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. I will also link all the parts that I used in the build. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of the IR40 kit? Have you built one yet? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.